What's that? You want me to run it? You can't pull it?
He talking about you hosting.
No. Oh, I can for sure.
Hey, we live, coach.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the warning. What's up? Welcome back to the Family Talk. This your boy Coach A.
We got
Chef
D.
Chef Jimbo.
Telly and Jody, y'all got to get on course.
Yeah, man.
Y'all
I'm
gotta
not
get
guest.
on.
I'm not guest to the barbecue no more, man. Y'all, you
Oh,
know
I'm
where the
sorry.
refrigerator. You know where the
Tell,
refrigerator is. You know where the drinks are. You need to help yourself.
I
Go get
feel
your
you.
own stuff.
I got
I was
you.
waiting for Mr. Who Loves You, baby.
Yeah, Telavis, Mr. Who Loves You, baby.
And Mr. Toxic Tuesday.
Let,
Yes,
let me.
sir. Yes, sir.
Telly probably think he get to go last now because of his name.
He got a
You know.
line. Yeah.
You got
He
to get
got a
special
special
introduction.
line.
So, so let me go ahead and set the mood a little bit. We welcome everybody again to the morning barbecue where early in the morning we getting barbecue. That's how we get down. Today is double standards. We know they out there. We know they exist, and we're going to talk about it today for sure.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have
Yes,
an
sir.
awesome, awesome show for you. So make sure you keep it locked right here. Run the intro.
Tell 'em I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good. It's all good. Straight up, it's all good. Tell 'em it's all good. Tell 'em I ain't mad if they ain't know. You know I ain't mad if you love it. Can't nobody ever take this moment from me. So nigga, while I got it, the fuck it, it's all good.
Right. Wake up, wake up. You need to be up if you ain't up yet. You need to be at this barbecue because this is where it's happening. Me
Yes,
and my
sir.
fellas early in the morning. So listen, we talking about double standards. Hey, it's gonna be fire today.
It's
I
gonna be
already know.
fire.
I already
Yes,
know.
sir.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
got I
Yes,
put
sir.
some videos up that we're gonna put in a little later in the show. We ain't gonna go to the heat that soon. But double standards,
Yeah.
what first of all, the question is, what double standards do you guys hate or that bothers you? Because first of all, everybody know what double standards are. They know
Right.
what I mean, right?
Right.
They out there.
They out there.
So we're gonna go with Mr. Telly,
Oh,
Mr. Who Loves You
let,
Baby.
let's.
Who
Oh
loves
man,
you?
Let me put my apron on. We gonna be.
It's
That boy,
time to
that boy
cook.
finna cook.
It's
Boy, let
time
me
to cook.
tell you,
It's time to cook.
man. You know that one, that opening video that the people didn't get to see about the woman saying the double standard for men as they get
Whoa,
older
wait,
and
we
all
finna get
this.
to that, Telly.
Yeah, you just gonna go ahead and put our business out there
My
early, ain't
bad,
you?
my bad.
You just go reach. You know how when you go to the barbecue, grandma sometimes she got stuff that's in the back that's not ready to come out yet because
Oh
everybody
man,
ain't there, and she don't want you to eat. She don't want us to eat it all up. You just gonna bring that special food
Yeah,
out first
my bad. I'm
already.
yeah,
greedy. I'm
yeah.
greedy.
I know it.
I'll step on the
You.
scene. I'll step on the
Hey,
scene, start eating. That's what I'll do.
hey, Telly over there eating that test pizza. You know how they test that first piece of fried fish? They test it to see if the grease good. Telly over there
Yeah,
eating that right now. He got it
Yeah,
wrapped up in the napkin so don't nobody see it.
Oh
you
my
know, double standard. What makes me upset about double standard? You asking some that's out there, or what was the
yeah. Just
question?
your take.
Yeah,
Just your take.
um, just perceptions of male and female double standards in certain situations. That's all.
Yeah. Well, let me help you out a little bit. So, women, the one double standard we can talk about, because sometimes it's hard to come up or remember a double standard until it just hits you. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody bring it to your attention.
Mhm.
So what about this? Women, as far as the way they don't accept rejection the same as men. Like
Exactly.
if a
Yeah.
man
Woo.
if a man rejects a woman, there's something wrong with him or something going on. But if a woman rejects a man, she just, you know what I'm saying, it's her right to. She just, you know what I'm saying, keep it in line with what she can do. So speak on that a little bit. Dan.
Oh, okay.
Coach, let's just keep it real. Let's not be PG for the people. I appreciate the fact that you kept it PG. Something he got an issue or something's wrong with him. Nah, nigga, a man rejects a woman. Nigga, you gay. You a fat. You a punk. You all that. Let's not be like something wrong with him. Nah, you gay. You got to be gay.
See, that's why you got the little devil next to your Toxic Tuesday. So that's your open door. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be the devil. But but we've all said that. I've said it before too. At some point in my life, I felt like, you rejecting a woman or whatnot, something wrong with you.
Yeah.
So y'all go ahead, continue with that, T.
To further add to that, it's the double standard that was in real life that I witnessed was guys were rejecting Lizzo, and they were talking about, well, she's not attractive to them and everything because of her size and whatnot. And women were like, oh, something's wrong with you guys. What's up with that? That's crazy. Blase Skippy. You are a-holes and all this. But then you never see, women saying the same thing when a guy like Chris Farley shape, come up to them. They want the predator look with the dreads, the six pack, and the muscle workout. They want you to look like The Rock and all this.
Facts.
And they never give the chubby guy the chance, like that. So that's a whole double standard. Don't same women turn around and wouldn't get the guy to play. So that's a double standard right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
Jimmy
anybody else?
Up.
Who did, Jimbo?
Jimbo.
Y'all hear me?
We can hear you, but you froze up, man.
I don't know.
We're gonna keep it rolling though. Jimmy gonna get in when you can. So go ahead, Mr. Jody.
Are we just talking about a double standard that we absolutely hate?
Any way you want to fly it. You could talk about the one we just brought in, or one that you hate. Or I got some more in the bag.
I'm a piggyback off of what Telly said a little bit. And he absolutely right. It was like, hold up. So, you know what I'm saying? As men, we can't reject Lizzo because we don't like the way she looks, but you can reject like bigger guys because you don't like the way they look. Like that's kind of messed up, but okay. And one that I actually have a problem with, and it's a little bit goes into colorism of there's been a resurgence of how women perceive light-skinned men, and it's just like all of a sudden you don't like light-skinned dudes. I like all my men sexy and chocolate, which if that's okay. But if I say I like my women, you know what I'm saying, light skin, all of a sudden I hate my own people. Like, wait, what? Wait, what? So I can't have a preference in color, but you can? That's kind of messed up. Like that's kind of not okay. Like you're allowed.
You're right, but I'm laughing.
That's that light skinned nigga envy.
He said this cat said resurgent.
When was y'all in? It was never y'all was
whoa.
No, don't do that.
He's like, you need to go get the suit, man. Go get the bow tie. If you gonna talk like that, go get your bow tie.
Because Chris Brown and Drake and Chris Brown, Drake, Trey Songz, they brought us back for a hot little minute now.
Yeah.
But y'all kind of on the downcline. That little Derrick Jackson stunt messed y'all up. So y'all got to get y'all weight back. Y'all got to get y'all weight back. Hey, we coming back, baby.
We do not associate ourselves with him.
So
no, you stuck with him.
The ones in the middle is always
just like the black community threw Jackson out the window. We threw Derrick out too.
So what about when it comes to sleeping around? Obviously,
you know
it's
what?
definitely a double standard because when a man is, known for sleeping around, he gets a little bit more credit than when the women does it.
You are absolutely correct. You speak on that one, B. Don't just stand there in the corner.
Oh man, that's definitely a double standard. Like Coach said, when the men sleep around, it's more of an accolade. You know what I'm saying? Than when women start sleeping around, they being called whores and thoughts, and when at the same time we all doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And that double standard more comes from men. Let's just say that a lot of the double standards we're probably going to talk today is going to come from women, but that particular one, it comes from men. You know what I'm saying? Men, like I said, it's more like accolade with men. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the barbershop conversations, the street conversations. Man, I hit this lick, I hit this, I hit that. All right, well, you him. But don't let a female say, "Oh, I was with this dude, and the whole conversation changes. Like, I can't believe she doing that. I can't believe she opened up her legs to this dude, but she opened up her legs to this dude 2 weeks ago. It's the same thing men is doing. So that's a huge double standard. That's a good point bringing up, but with people sleeping with people.
And I tell you one thing I hate about that too. Obviously, we've lived through that situation, and and it takes a growth mindset to be able to change. But one of the things that I hate now is that when I talk to guys, they look around and be like, "Man, everybody didn't slept with everybody. It ain't no good women out here now."
And he the one who done slept with everybody.
Yeah,
he the one who done slept with everybody.
So my thing, I say, look, how you gonna mess up your backyard, and then when now you want to go out and plant some flowers, now you want to complain about it. Think about that.
But I'm just for devil's advocate. I'm gonna disagree because of my personal experience. I hung around some dudes that where, you know.
What do you disagree with first?
If you let me finish, Professor Coach A.
Well, we know how you can get, man. You can run on, so we don't want to make sure we get it in the beginning.
I would say I would disagree with specifically with what Mr. Telly was talking about.
Okay.
And because some of the dudes I hung out with, they'll tell you they're like, "Hey, I'm a whore." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when they meet another female that's doing the same thing they doing, it was like, "Well, shoot, I can't say nothing because they doing what I'm doing." You know what I'm saying? So some of the dudes I hung around with in Miami, they be like, "Well, shoot, I'm doing the same thing they doing, so I'm just as bad as them." You know what I'm saying? She just as bad as me. It's not no double standard with them. So just to go ahead and sprinkle a little something on there.
You just did a little sprinkle thing. Huh?
I mean, I had to change my mindset on that subject too. Just as Jimbo said, I was looking like, you know what? Why is it okay for me to go around and hit half the world and then we gonna shun this chick? I'm like, no. So now I don't even use the word whore or hoe. I just say they free spirited. They live in the moment. Hey, there you go. Because that's what we doing.
Yeah. And just to make a real quick point, I think it stunts a lot of people's happiness. Like a lot of guys and men reject certain women or vice versa because of that, and you never know what type of true good relationship you could have if you're just willing to overlook some of those past events, man. I tell people that all the time, like, you can't do that. You shouldn't. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I mean, like I said, y'all boys so nice. Y'all boys so nice. That double standard is something that I think this, and is because the reason why women get a bad rap on that is because they control what's gonna go down tonight. Like, let's be real. If all of us in our best moments, okay, go out to the club tonight and try our hardest to get laid, right? Our chances are looking about 30-25.
You're right.
About a 30.
Right, lower than that.
Probably lower than that, right? Because why? We getting what we can. Now, if a female want to go out and get some, 100%. All she got is that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
it is.
You're right.
You getting what you want. So therefore, you control it.
you control that. You control whether you decide to sleep with a dude or not. So therefore, because you control that power, you decide to sleep with 20 dudes. Well, hey, I got what I can. You can't tell me I'm being greedy if I'm only getting what I can and I ain't getting what I want. So you got what you wanted. There's a lot of chicks out there that be like, oh, I wish I had a man. You probably got about 80 niggas in your inbox, but you want that one that you shouldn't have. So therefore, that's your fault. Because you control that, not us. I can't go out and get a chick to sleep with me today. You know what I'm saying? Female, they can't. So that's on them.
They do control the narrative.
They do. But I also think from a standpoint where some guys look at it as a physical standpoint also. Because, if a chick got a lot of dudes running through her, then them walls are gone.
That just sound bad.
Hey man, I ain't no other nice way to put it.
Keeping it real.
I tried to search for a delicate way to put it.
This is the family barbecue.
I'm just saying. So with us, we don't get stressed out. It's gonna be the same no matter. Right. But with a woman, her walls and all that, and then it's starting to look like a Arby roast beef, and like, no, man, I'm just saying that. I think
Make
that's
sure you
where
put in the descriptions that this is not for children.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. The views and opinion expressed by Mr. Talavis is not that of Family Talk.
Oh no, you don't got to do all that. We just let people know. Don't let your kids watch this.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. I think that's what some guys be thinking, oh, man, she been ran through, so now that ain't going to feel good because for some odd reason.
But it's stuff that they can do, though.
I know they need to do their Kegels. Ladies, do your Kegels. Anyway.
But listen, that's not, as a man, majority of the time as a man, they're not thinking that. They don't.
You don't think about it?
No, they ain't. You know that they don't care, especially if it's a fine woman and they trying to get with her. They be like, you know what? It's with them. It's all reputation. And of course I can't speak for everybody, but from my experience, it's reputation. Like when I was in that mindset, I didn't want this girl that everybody else had. You know what I'm saying? That was just because I didn't want to, be walking around thinking I have a trophy, and then everybody else be like, yeah, I had some of that. Yeah, I had that. But that's regardless, that was the wrong mindset that I was in, because the fact that you are happy and you have a trophy is what's important, not the history. But that's where that mindset come from. Like, yo, man, everybody had her. And unfortunately, that's what the double standard is. That's the very crux of the problem, is that men are not looked at as as being wrong or being bad for having that history with a bunch of women, but the women get scorned and looked at bad because of that. So that's the thing we're very talking about, like, where does it come, like, why is it like that? What I'm saying? And
it's starting to shift. I don't know if y'all know.
Yeah, it's starting to shift a little bit.
Yes.
Not to disclose myself, but
you just did. But
so you out in the trenches. You out in the trenches, and you noticing some difference.
Out in the trenches, and I've had a couple of rejections because, like, I don't know. I've had people tell me like my nigga, I've seen the females comment on your stuff, and those seem like some personal comments. So I don't want to be rocking with you with all these chicks rocking with you. So for that, I'm gonna have to decline. So it is getting to a point where females will reject you because of the amount of women that they think that you might have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. I've straight up heard it. I got female friends at work, and one of them straight up told me, well, like, I stopped talking to this dude because I heard he was a hoe. So, and I was like, what? Just like, yeah, I heard he was a hoe. So I stopped talking to him, and I was like, dang, that's rough. So they really out here with that too. So it's just like, it's the same thing Coach A just said. It's like you don't want to be. Ain't nothing worse than walking through the mall. You know what I'm saying? Thinking you got you a little baddie, you got you a little third, and y'all you go to champs and the niggas and champs sitting there looking like little. That's little freak gonna talk about right there.
That's the old way of thinking. It ain't nothing wrong with that now.
Okay.
Let me clarify that. He's speaking in past tense. He's saying that's changing.
It's changing.
Yeah, we don't want to shame anybody.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
We not.
I know.
We not shaming women. Right? I ain't gonna shame no woman for being a hoe, but I'm gonna shame my homeboys though. I leave you behind here, right? Look at you. Y'all Hey, I be telling my homeboy, you know what I'm saying? We got this system, you know what I'm saying? He'll be like, hey bro, I'm about to go slide to see this chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should hear from me between now and in the morning. If you don't hear from me by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, come looking for me because something happened. I'm like, I bet. So he'll hit me up, you know what I'm saying, around like 11, 12, like, yeah, last night was real. I was like, I know it was just slut.
So are you talking from are you like calling him a slut because you jealous, or is that where that coming from? It sounded a little bit of jealous, like your night wasn't as exciting as his.
It depends on how she look. If she look good, then yeah, I'm jealous.
Okay, yeah. See,
it's jealousy.
I can tell.
At the same time, it's like, you know what? You had your little baddie last night, but or I got a homeboy. Listen, he like the biggins. He like the bigger chicks. You know, big girls need love too. So he be sliding some everywhere, sliding on the Lizzos of the world. And I talk mad crap to him. I said, look at you, you chubby chasing whore out in these streets.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
like,
so let's switch it to the men. Switch it to the men a little bit. You know the regular saying about men, like you can't cry, you gotta man up, don't show your emotions, you soft. Come on now.
We all heard that. Yeah, we all done heard it.
We've heard it, but
about men's mental health. That's one.
Right, that's into the mental health part right there.
That's a double standard of like.
It's still a double standard though. Men.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what's the double standard in that area that really irks me is the part where, as a man, I can't look at a woman and tell her, well, you ain't got no money, so I can't mess with you.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like you say that, oh my God.
Yeah.
You the worst dude on the face of the planet?
You want a sugar mama.
Man, you can't look at a woman and say, well, you got kids. I can't mess with you. Man, you gonna get nuked. They hitting the button right then and there. But a woman can look at a dude and be like, you broke, I don't mess with you.
Yeah.
You know, you got kids. I don't mess with you.
Come on now, you can say that. You broke, you fat, you ugly. What?
I mean, you can say it.
You bold.
I mean, you can say it by all means. You can say whatever you want, but I mean, you're gonna be put out there, man. She probably go to IG, Twitter. You know what this dude is saying to me about money?
Screenshot you.
Yeah, man, they gonna embarrass.
Hey, bro, they be screenshotting cats, boy. Like, man, you ain't gonna catch me.
You gotta be careful when you start talking to females, especially on the social media stuff.
Man,
they will put you out there quick, fast, and
they will screenshot them DMs.
They don't like what you say. They don't like what you doing. They don't like how you step into them. It's out there on Snapchat land, Facebook land, IG land, TikTok land, anything, any type of social media you talking about, they put you out there.
You in the cloud.
Exactly.
But why is it like that though?
That's the question. That is the question. Why is it like that? Why can women do what they do, but when a man start doing it? Because what if a man start putting women out there like that? Now he the most horrible thing in the male race.
Oh my God, you are POS.
There's women out there that step to men before men step to women, especially these days. Women getting some balls. You know what I'm saying? They step to dudes just as good as dudes step to men. Hold on, let me stop y'all real quick because my sister just said good morning. I just want to wish Charnel a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my sister today. I'm not gonna tell her age over on live, but She 21 today.
Damn.
But happy
Oh,
sister.
they want to know that. 20 Ego.
Nah. But happy birthday, Charnel. We love you. And I will talk to you later. All right, so back to the subject.
I was just going to say, when you say women getting balls nowadays, I'm like, you
Okay.
ain't lying.
So yeah, so let's get back to that. So if a man, let's say that man literally turn around and do the same thing as far as put women out there, we look at as a horrible situation. You know what I'm saying? If a girl stepped to me and start sending pictures to my inbox, and I'm like, all right, I don't like that. Let me put it out there for everybody else to see. I'm going to be looked at as being wrong. But if a woman does that, because they can, and I've seen on social media when women has done that, ain't nobody saying nothing to them about it. Like, you put dude out there, but the moment I put you out there, I'm horrible. I'm a horrible man.
Mm-hmm.
So can y'all elaborate on something like that? Have y'all seen something like? Because I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen it 2 times firsthand. I honestly I had a discussion with that because I had. Again, this goes back to an issue, and this is me being a little bit petty. I'm being real with you, right?
Hey, Jody, they can't hear you.
Oh,
Yeah, turn it up. Put the Starbucks down.
hold on. I'll let somebody else go, and I fix this issue. Hold on.
Well, I will
Yes.
take this one.
Go ahead.
It was a situation in real life. Before I got myself right.
We all have passed.
Yeah, this was just about last month. But anyway.
Oh God.
Anyway, it was a situation where I was part of this Facebook group, and my cousin, he he was talking to the chicks or whatever in the DMs, and he went around and he sent a risque picture known as the DP.
Wait. One quick question. Was it unsolicited? Did she ask for it?
Man, I guess he was the bandit because he sent it to more than one. So I'm gonna have to say
It probably don't even matter. It probably don't even matter.
It probably don't even matter.
If I had to guess, being my cousin, it was unsolicited. so they get on there, and all these chicks, man, they show it. They start circling something on it, like, what is this on that? I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
so they trying to clown my cousin, man. So I felt some type of way about them. Like, if that man, doing this, and it's between y'all gonna, put him on blast and everything. So when the opportunity came, that's why I like to call myself the Taliban. I waited my time.
How many names you got?
No,
Man,
Don't tell me.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
That's a whole hour show right there. Okay,
Don't
but
tell me you got to get back.
That sounds like a Toxic Tuesday segment to me.
Damn.
So I sat there and waited and patiently waited till my opportunity. And my boy had some, text messages and stuff from these very same women.
Yeah.
The ones that was righteous with their boyfriend. I love my man. But those text messages said something else.
Mm.
So I said, you know what? Today is that day. It's nuclear war day. He sent me the text messages. I put them all on Facebook. And I got to talking about them. Hey, man, needless to say, I was reported and blocked. And I had to, I was like, but it was okay for y'all to try to embarrass my cousin.
Right.
Now I'm going to embarrass you, and I'm going to do it way better than y'all did. I'm sorry. I'm going to therapy to work on that. So
You don't
need to be sorry.
You don't have to be sorry for being good.
But let me tell you something. I would do the same for any one of you guys. If some chick try to front y'all, I got you. You just know man, you be like, man, Telly quiet. He ain't saying because I'm already cooking up.
Hey, I'm gonna change your name in my phone to Taliban.
I surely do, man.
Telly, I feel you, man. Believe me, I have those same skills, but I have to use mine for good, man.
I know, Coach. I mean, I'm
Coach
trying.
got
You're
it.
gonna make me a better person before this year is out.
Coach A is Mr. Positivity, so he got a
Yeah.
reputation to uphold now. You can't be out here. You can't be out here. Listen, Mr. Telly, I feel the same way. All right. And that's what I said. And since we keeping it super real today, I'm just gonna say this. And you know what? I'm just gonna say this, and I know it's probably gonna cause the uproar. It's a lot of chicks. It's a lot of chicks on my personal Facebook page that talk about how they only mess with dark-skinned dudes, how dark-skinned this, dark-skinned that. But you damn sure in my inbox asking me to go to the gym, asking me to go to the gun range. Every time I post a picture of me at the gun range, but why you ain't take me? What kind of gun is that? What you doing for lunch? Boy, I thought you only mess with dark-skinned dudes. Why you
Telly,
Because you about to pay for it. That's why. That's what life is.
when you go to counseling, Telly, take him with you. All right.
That's why me and Joey are kindred
This whole
spirits.
light-skinned, dark-skinned, traumatic experience, and not let it go, man.
I'm just saying, man. Me and Jody are kindred spirits. That's why.
Listen, me and Mr. Taliban, we just being real. Let's be real. Let's talk about double standards, because I do a little side work on the side. I fix stuff. I put up ceiling fans, TV stands. I do that type of stuff on the side. And like I said, I'm with Telly. The same females that be in happy relationships be wanting my services. But I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? When I send them my fee, okay, I send them my fee for my services. All of a sudden, it's, well, maybe I can cook you dinner and we could just hang out. I want to hang out. I can't get my phone bill with hang out.
Drake. Drake.
Hey, first of all, you need me to pull up a ceiling fan. That's cool. I get off of work at 4. I can be there by 5. I can be done by 6. Well, I don't get off of work till 8:30, and I'll be out the shower by 9:30. You should come around 10. Why am I hanging ceiling fans up at 10 o'clock, sweetheart? And where your boyfriend at? Your boyfriend know how to hang up ceiling fans. What's going on here, baby? Don't do that. No. What you not about to do? What you not about to do is hold me out for some housework. I ain't fixing toilets for some a long time. Got me coming over when the kids sleep. Don't do that, baby. I want the money.
Hey, what's up with some of these videos though?
We're gonna get to them, but I got a couple more. So what about let's keep it going when it comes to these double standards.
I have one though.
Yeah, go ahead.
That I really want to touch on.
Yes.
And it's gonna bring the mood down, but it's a double standard when it comes to domestic violence, men and women.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Please.
We don't our mood. We're gonna bring our mood down, man. We keeping our mood, our spirits.
That one right there. That really, man, don't get me started, because we just had a situation a couple of weeks ago in the NFL where Dwayne Haskins' wife knocked his tooth out. And you don't hear anything. You see people making fun of that guy. Oh, your wife knocked your tooth out. And I'm like, where's the uproar?
Exactly.
This man is a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah.
Now, if he knocked her tooth out, he out of a job. He out.
Yep.
Hey,
He would have lost everything.
World.
Yeah.
He all out the world. They done branded him the Candy Man, the Boogie Man, Michael Myers, everything. Why is it okay for a woman to be able to put their hands on a man?
And why is it okay for a woman to falsely accuse a man of something and then he loses everything and there's no consequences for her?
So
yeah, because I don't think if a man falsely accuses a woman, I don't think she gonna suffer anything.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
If a
Just
man
deal with
accuses
it,
a
man.
woman, if a man accuses a woman of something, people basically laughing at you about it. But let that same woman come around and say he did this, he did that, and the man didn't do half of what, or not even 1% of what she said he did. That man all of a sudden needs to be prosecuted, and it's not right. It's not right at all.
real life. Cardi B admitted
Yep.
to drugging dudes
Yep.
Yeah.
and having them raped by a transgender
people-
or something,
and
and they was
people-
high fiving them.
Yeah.
You go,
people was
girl. You
congratulating.
do that.
Hey,
I'm like,
this
oh my God.
this the same one that they got sitting down doing political interviews.
Hey,
Oh, listen.
man, y'all welcome Nick to the family barbecue.
What's up, Nick?
What's up, man?
Family.
So Telly, you real quick, you was just talking about Cardi B and drugging guys. So that brings me to the first video that I'm gonna put up since you mentioned that. So y'all check this out. We're gonna get into it.
What's up, guys? Joey Salads here, and today we're going to be doing a social experiment. What would you do if you saw a girl putting a pill in a guy's drink? Now, what would you do if you saw a guy doing the same exact thing? Let's see how people react differently.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
You gonna go to the bathroom? All right.
Yo, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Just putting some happy pills in there. Make it have fun tonight, you know?
I'm gonna tell the cops.
You gonna tell the cops?
Yeah.
No, he took your drink away.
What's that?
She put pills here.
You did what?
She saw her and do some pills here. You can see her. Look.
Thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Why didn't you say anything? You see her put the pill in my drink?
Oh, she's a girl.
What's the difference that she's a girl? She still put a pill in my drink. You don't see that? Well, because she's a girl, you're not gonna say anything? Would you say something?
I think I cut it a little bit. I think we all get the gist of it. I think the first video was missing because he should have been like, "What are you doing, Holmes?" I feel like he should have been like, "What are you doing, Holmes?" He was like, "What are you doing, man?"
But let's talk about the fact that on that first video you had somebody stand up because it was a man that put a drink in her, put the pill in her drink. Then in the second video, nothing was being said, and I don't know if y'all have seen this in y'all personal lives or something like that actually happened. And let me ask that question first: have y'all seen anything like that where, and it doesn't have to necessarily be somebody putting something in a drink, but just let's go to the club scene. You know what I'm saying? If y'all saw something like that, are y'all gonna say something?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if, and that's for both sides, if y'all saw a man do it, y'all would say something. If y'all saw a woman do it, y'all would say something also, right?
Yeah,
So
because you potentially saving a life. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling what kind of reaction that person can have to whatever it is they put in that drink. And at the end of the day, you potentially saving a life. So you can't be putting something in somebody's drink.
So why don't
I'm
you?
at least tell them.
So let's talk about why we think the other guy didn't say anything. His only excuse was, well, she's a female.
Because
well, again, a lot of times we view men as the dominant one, and
The aggressor, right?
so we feel like they can take care of themselves as a man. So sometimes we just stay out of other people's business if it's a man. But when it comes to women, we feel like we protecting them at pretty much all costs. So then, even if it means getting in somebody else's business to protect that girl, so that could be the thing. That's just my perspective.
Your perspective is right, Coach. It's the way in the society that we think. It's like the man is stronger, so he can overpower a woman or whatnot, and the woman is the weaker of the species. But I challenge people to change their thinking, because this is what I always use as an example. And anything with our society, if you look closely to a lion pride, it's like they have a society that I like. But that by the same token, when you look at it, you say, oh, that's the male lion. He's going to protect. hunt, and do all that. And it's the female lion. She gonna back him up. She's still a lion though. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no distinction. They're lions. It don't matter if you a male or female. That's still a lion. She can inflict the same damage as the male.
Right. Well, but when it comes to women and men, we're built a lot different. Men are a lot stronger. Our frames are bigger. We're just created to protect.
I mean, it's the same with lions. A male lion can defeat a female lion because they build different. They stronger. They frames are, but that's a female. She's still a lion.
But I think the biggest issue with that situation is that society doesn't believe in men getting raped by women. You know what I'm saying?
There
Like,
you go.
at the end of the day, you look at a situation and you like, how's this woman gonna take advantage of this man? Because we automatically think like you putting something in her drink so you can rape her. That's just exactly where our mind goes. So it's like you don't really rape men. Men are always willing. So it's like that kind of mindset is probably why a lot of people would just bypass that. But like what you're not thinking about is it's like it's beyond rape. It's like she could be drugging this man to steal this man's money, to steal this man's car, to steal this man's identity. Like ain't no telling what she could be doing with that stuff. So it's a different mindset. And what Tully said is right. It's just like we look at men as being able to handle themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because when girls go out, everybody be like, oh, make sure you take somebody with you. When we go out, ain't nobody like, hey, take somebody with you. Like, oh, you got it. You go
I do. I tell my boys, man, my brothers, hey, man, let me know where you at. Stay away from the strange ones. You know, like don't be like
don't watch out for the girls. Like watch out, stay for the strange women.
Yeah,
like,
man.
We telling them to watch out for the guys. Like, yo, there's some thugs out there. Somebody you might get robbed or you might get jumped. But really, how many times we tell them watch out for the women? Like,
I said, man, let me tell you something.
That's what we going for.
I say that all the time because there's been plenty of times I've read in the news. I know somebody personally who went to go meet a chick he met back in the party line days. Got set up. He went to go meet her. She said, let's go to the store. He said, cool. She hit him with that, hey, let's walk down this alley right here for the shortcut. Needless to say, he didn't come back with his car, and he wound up, man, hurt. And he was up in Milwaukee, but he was from down this way. So women can set you up. I mean, just smooth. Like
it is legit.
Nick, don't that sound like a lick, huh?
Yeah.
It sound like a lick. A real good lick, boy.
That's that Miami.
Yeah. Nah, that happened a lot in Miami, boy.
Of course.
It ain't even that slick. One of my homeboys, he went out with his brother and he got hit, right? But I'm gonna tell you how she did it. She walked up on him and was like, damn, you look good. Let me get your number. And she was like, let me see your phone and I'll put my number in your phone, right? That nigga say he didn't realize till a couple hours later that girl cash apped herself $400 off his phone.
Woo, man.
I was like, dang. So they doing it like that.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So y'all ready to move? Go ahead.
I'm about to say, imagine thinking you finna get a little baddie phone number and all of a sudden your account $400 less.
Well, he shouldn't be stupid. He shouldn't be stupid and handing his phone to the girl.
Yeah, that's some expensive numbers right there.
For real. He should have been stupid.
All right, let's go to the next one. We got another video.
Let's do it.
The perception of an attractive male is very, very wide. You know, they can have gray hair and be really sexy, and they can have no hair and be really sexy. And if they start to lose their hair, it's not a bad thing. And if they have facial hair, it's not a bad thing. And they can be tall, they can be short, they can be all these things, and we still view them as being sexy. And the older they get, the sexier they are. And then you think of the perception of women and what they're told is beautiful, and it's so much smaller.
There's a powerful double standard that when men are very young, it matters how they look. But as men grow older in America, that doesn't matter at all. Then what matters is how powerful they are. And that's judged in our society primarily by how much money they have. So it becomes irrelevant how a man looks after a certain point. whereas that shift never happens for women. So no matter what else a woman does, runs for president or leads a company or whatever else she does, she's going to be judged by how she looks, probably first and foremost, regardless.
Yo, hey, just to let y'all know, I'm feeling that, man, because I'm like the oldest one here, man. I'm feeling that.
Listen, let me start off with this one.
There we go.
Let me start off with this. She said that men. I'm gathering my thoughts because it's funny. She said that
that lie we just watched.
Thank you.
I don't think it's a lie. I don't think it's a lie.
No. Let me tell you why it's a lie. Because she mentioned that men don't start not to care how they look when they get older.
Hold on.
That's the opposite. What's up?
No, I didn't hear what you said. You said men don't care.
Yeah, because that's what she said. Men don't care about how they start to look as they get older because they can look good bald, they can look good this with facial hair. Let me tell you why that's not true. And I'm the total opposite. I seem to care more as I get older how I look. You know what I'm saying? As I was younger, it really didn't matter. I was young. You know what I'm saying? But as I get older, I make sure I am presentable. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting on this podcast right now. I wear this hat because I ain't combed my hair. You know what I'm saying? and I don't want nobody to see my nappy head, so I put on a hat and I make it look good. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure. And you can ask Sam. Anytime I walk out this house, I'm presentable. I can be going up to the store. I could be just going outside to get something out my car. I am going to look presentable. And I think that what she said was totally wrong. I don't think men think like that. Men think about, well, at least some men. Some men think about their appearance just as much as a woman think about their appearance. So that's a heavy double standard in my opinion.
So I think what she was saying, she wasn't saying that men don't care about their appearance. She's talking in the double standard how a man is viewed versus how a woman is viewed. Like if a man gets older, he's more accepted in his how as he ages, meaning if he's losing hair, if he's getting gray hair, if he's tall or short, he's more accepted. As opposed to a woman, there's always one type of women. They have to be fine, they have to be young, and so that's what the double standard that they're talking about is, that when we view beauty, it's different. Like when you look at a woman, that's why all the women are always trying to look younger. They get this work done and the Botox and all this other stuff. But men very rarely do that because they don't have to. There's no pressure for them to do it that way. So they're talking to double standards as far as the pressure of how you have to look.
But Coach, who put that pressure on them? I think
women put that pressure on
exactly.
women.
I think it's them putting it on them, because I've seen some very good-looking older women.
Angela Bassett, Holly
Felicia Rashad.
The reason you say they look good is because they look young still.
No, they don't.
No, I like Angela Bassett is 63 and she don't look like she's 30. You know what I'm saying? She looks like she's younger than 63, but she just looks good in general.
You did prove my point.
No, nobody proved your point.
You just said she's 63. You just said she's 63, but she doesn't look like she's 63. That's
Coach A reaching right now.
Just because she doesn't look 63 doesn't reason, like Angela Bassett's attractive because Angela Bassett's attractive. Now, because black don't crack, you know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with it.
He said, there you go again. But
see, you're not understanding what you're saying. You're saying it from meaning one thing, but what you're saying, you're just backing up what the lady said, that they always have to look younger. They always have to look good.
They don't always have to look younger. You just have to look presentable. You know what I'm saying? You walk around here looking like, you know what I'm saying, Princess Fiona, the Shrek version, and be like, men don't accept me for who I am. Well, look at you. You didn't walk out of the house. You don't give a damn about how you look.
I think y'all missing it. What the point of the matter is, or y'all just not paying attention.
I get.
We understand what you're saying, Coach.
Okay, put it like this.
As men, I don't want no girl that looks 18. Straight up. So it ain't got nothing to do with younger. And I feel like women put that younger perception on women.
Yes, there you go.
Women put that on women. That ain't us. Because
So
before
you
there was Botox, men was still wifing women.
So
It was
you're
before
looking
there
for a
was
woman
surgery.
that's all grayed out. If is let me ask you this: Angela Bassett, is her hair all gray?
No,
it's black.
Okay,
It's
then
black.
you don't think it's dyed?
It
Yeah.
probably is. Yeah.
Okay, then
is.
so that's the point. She has to present herself a certain way.
But that's Jody's point. She did that to herself.
Exactly.
No,
She did that to herself.
Y'all don't.
She did it for her own benefit.
Yeah.
No, it's
She
not
did.
going over the head.
She didn't do it for her own. What's the benefit that she's getting?
I have no idea. I never met the woman.
Y'all just
She's doing.
y'all just said she looked
She did it
good.
because that's something that she wanted to do. That's what we're saying.
Stop
We're
it.
not saying that we made her do
She
that.
has an expectation on how she wants to look.
Just
Okay?
like
So
Brandon
it's
said, he has an expectation on how he wants to look.
Right.
But y'all just complimented her on how she looked.
Yes,
You just said
right.
she's 60, she
Yes.
don't look 60. The reason why, if she was just rocking her regular gray hair and looking her
She'll
regular,
still look good
She still be good.
with the gray.
She still be good with
No,
you
you
wouldn't be
say
saying
no.
the same. That's the thing. You wouldn't be saying the same thing if she
Yes,
was
you would.
rocking her George. if
I've
she
seen
had
some
a
beautiful
George
women with gray hairs.
If she had a George Jefferson, you would be like,
Oh,
she
well,
still
that's
look
something
fine.
different,
Oh,
dude.
nah, you trying to-
Natural.
Hey, he's searching for it now.
Yeah.
He's
The only thing I'm searching
going
for is
hunting right now.
the only thing I'm hunting for is for your mind to open up to understand what the ladies are talking about. Men naturally go bald, and it's fine. So now, if a woman naturally go bald, I'm searching for
There's some
something.
beautiful women that look bald.
Okay, right?
Wait a
You're talking
minute.
about bald. I'm talking about the George Jefferson.
But you got dudes who get hair plugs. You got dudes who don't want to go bald. You got dudes who get hair and implants. Why are they doing it?
But we're not.
I was out here struggling. I had to let it go.
You changing.
You know?
Changing what we talking about.
No,
I know good well.
I let that go for me. I didn't let that go for nobody else. I look like a fool out here.
Y'all not gonna holler at no girl that got no George Jefferson. Y'all know that.
I'm not gonna holler at a girl
She can have as
who got a
much
Sinead
makeup,
O'Connor.
whatever she have. Y'all ain't gonna be like, oh, look at her, she's fine. She got a little hair missing in the front, but at least she's rocking her regular hair.
That's
I
a
got
lot.
my own personal
That's a lot.
preference.
Because
I
it's a
like
lot.
long hair.
It's a
I'm
lot of
not
bad
gonna
chicks
holler
with
at
no
a girl.
edges. Coach A, it's a lot of bad chicks with no edges, and I'd still holler. It don't matter.
Yes, sir.
No matter. It's about your preference. It's about
Stop
your
it.
preference.
Stop it.
Hey, y'all better watch out. Pretty soon, Coach A gonna be like, I just need y'all to open up your mind.
I'm open.
Y'all
But I
stop.
understand.
Y'all even
But I
sound
understand. I get
But
what
look
you're
at the
saying, Coach
look
A.
at the pictures that they gave an example of in that video. Look at all them. That was at the end was a Kardashian, Jennifer Aniston. All these. Who said they were beautiful? I mean, like who? Not even like who said that was the representation of beauty?
Right,
And
but it's not.
I got
it's
a question.
Not, they're
I
not.
got a question.
Go ahead.
Why all right? And I'm being petty right now. How come when they posted that picture of beautiful women, I ain't seen that one black woman up there? Ain't that something?
It was white.
He's trying to turn it a different way.
Oh no!
I ain't seen that one sister up there. All I'm saying.
Okay, the point is the
J-Dub.
men that they showed had different shapes, sizes. They was losing hair. They had all their hair. They had no hair. They had all those difference. But when it comes to us viewing women as beautiful, they can't look their age. Part of the stuff we say that they can't look their age. They don't have the gray hair. They have the long, black hair, whatever the situation is. That's what the actual double standard is. Like you can try to switch it around all you want to, but when we view beautiful women as men, believe it or not, we've been conditioned to view them a certain way. Like I said, if a woman walk past with the George Jefferson, nobody gonna be like, "Oh, she's fine." That's why they. That's why they don't rock the George
Let me ask you a
Jefferson.
question. Let me ask you a question.
All
Let
right.
me ask you a question because I understand what you're saying. You think we don't understand what you're saying,
Okay.
but what you're saying is coming along with preference.
Right,
We all on
preference.
this panel has
We're not
different
talking about
preferences.
preference. We're
But
talking
what
about
you're
the
explaining is
double
preference.
standard. No, we're talking about the double standard video that we all watched. Why are
Okay.
you bringing your own preference into a
But
video that
if
we
you talk
all
about
watched that has a point?
double standard, these women, it's like if you walk around with the George Jefferson, you made the conscious decision to walk your behind out the house with that George Jefferson.
What's
We didn't
wrong with
make
it?
you make that decision. There's
But that's
nothing wrong with it. There's
There's
nothing
nothing,
wrong
no,
with
there's
you
nothing
walking
wrong
out
with
the
that.
house looking like the George Jefferson, but you chose to walk out the house looking like the George Jefferson.
Thank you.
Now, if you would have put on one of them little wigs that the females be wearing, and you
you
was
look
around here
younger.
slaying it, and we got back to the house, and you took off that
Exactly.
wig, and you was still rocking the George Jefferson, I'm pretty sure if she was bad with that wig on, a lot of dudes gonna be like, I mean, shit, I ain't get around that George Jefferson though. Like we ain't gonna worry about it. All right, we get around that.
You proving my point. The fact that you feel like you have to get around it is proving that double standard point. You just said
Wait a
it like,
minute.
what do you have to get around?
Let me say something.
Go ahead,
Let
Ted.
me
This is
ask
digging.
you.
This is digging for an argument that ain't even there.
Right. Hold on,
This
Coach.
is
Let
you
me
trying
ask
to
you a
cast
quick
your
question.
bullshit opinion on everybody else. That's the way that it's supposed to be. It ain't.
First of all, we
Women never
watched.
been
First of all, we watched a video. It's not Adrian's opinion. I'm giving you a real name. We watched a video.
Seems like it's being
Okay?
cast a different way.
So did you watch the video?
Of what?
Okay.
I don't think he saw the video. I don't think he saw the video.
Y'all say shit like that, and then you don't share nothing with me. I'm the outcast cracker.
Well, you just came in. You just came in talking like you know. That's what I'm telling you. We watched the video. It was a video they put up of a double standards with women, saying that men can as they get older, they can look a certain way, they could dress a certain way, they can lose their hair and still be deemed as attractive. But a woman, as she gets older, if she starts to lose her hair or do the same thing, if she doesn't, make the corrections, she will not be deemed as attractive. That's the double standard we're talking about.
Yeah, but you can't just walk around looking raggedy all the time. It's just like when you
We're not
get
talking
older,
about looking
certain things start to slack. So you do things to pick it up. Like, let's be real, Coach A, when I was 20, I had a bar soap in my shower. Now that I'm 30 and 32, I got the Dove, I got the Bath and Body Works, I got the face moisturizer, I got the exfoliating. You know what I'm saying? It's like to make things better. It's just like at the end of the day, I don't brush my teeth and comb my hair and make sure my shirt ain't got no wrinkles because of society say that's what I should look like. I do it because I want to look like something. It's not because society. It's like, yeah, you have these women that are sitting on this video saying, oh, society's making me look like that. So it's like, okay, but do you not have any like self-preservation for you to want to look decent? So you want to walk around looking raggedy and have people accept you the same way people go to the gym because they want to get in shape. Did society tell you have to get in shape, or did you want to go do it for yourself? Like, you can't push people's personal opinion about themselves on society. And these women right here, it just seemed like first of all, one of the chicks that were talking about women, you're an attractive woman. You got dudes hollering at you all the time. So what are you talking about? And then the other one, she was just ugly with that Jimmy Neutron bowl cut. She's just ugly. So you just mad because dudes don't want to get at you because you ugly.
Yeah,
like, I don't understand.
To be honest though, ain't no woman ever undesirable at some point in time. All these brothers out here walking around with these 400-pounders.
Look at my 600-pound wife. All of them got boyfriends. Come on, Coach A. They all got boyfriends.
Wait a minute,
I watched
Jody.
Jody,
you watch 600-pound life?
Y'all, if y'all
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the fact that these women have boyfriends. These women have boyfriends that cook for them. I'm talking about dude cooked the whole thing of pasta, a whole box of breadsticks, made a whole gallon of Kool-Aid, all for this shit. And she's sitting there, and all she doing, she's sitting around bending her neck around the corner, making sure that food get cooked. And I'm sitting there looking like, this girl 690 pounds, and she got a dude that's regular size cooking her dinner.
You said a box of breadsticks.
That man lost her for her.
What does that have to do with the price of butter?
Oh no. Let me bring it.
I'm gonna have to go
bring it
old
into
school.
focus.
What does that have to do with the price of butter?
Oh Jesus!
Let me bring it into focus for y'all. Let me bring it. Amanda, we didn't miss the point, but I guess this is what the video is saying. There's more pressure on women to look beautiful because they're trying to attract a man and a significant other or whatnot.
Exactly.
Where men don't have to put in that effort. We can just age gracefully. You know, we can age gracefully. We can go bald, and we still gonna get females to be attracted to us. But the same can go for women too. Women can age, right? Women can age gracefully, you know. And somebody she's a female, just like Justin said. Somebody gonna want to get that, no matter what.
My 600-pound life is somebody want that.
You saying? So this is the point. So you're saying that there's not a double standard?
No, it is a double standard.
Right.
So
it's a double standard.
So we're talking about the double standard.
Right.
So all the other double standards we talked about. Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's a double standard, meaning this exists. It's not equal. That's the whole purpose. It is not equal. You try to make it seem like it's equal, or make it seem like
no. I'm not saying it's equal. What I'm saying is,
there you go.
Some of it is self-inflicted. Some of
that's
it
what
is
we're saying.
Double standard. No, double standards.
Man, sometimes I don't think my mic work.
No, I'm talking about the beauty part.
Well, Justin was trying to say something too.
I'm talking about the beauty part.
Go ahead,
the
Nick.
beauty part.
Yeah,
that's all.
Go ahead.
I
Nick.
mean, I think at some point you got to stop looking at society. Society put a lot of pressures on everybody, but it's up to you to fall into that society pressure or whatever. Man, we've all seen that one guy. You be like, dude, just give it up. You ain't about to get nobody. But the dude's still out there trying to holler at every chick he see. Is he supposed to stop talking to whoever he want to talk to because society say he ugly? Nah, this man, he got full confidence in himself, and that's what everybody else should have. I mean, at the end of the day, if you ain't got confidence in yourself and you diving into what society say, you already messed up.
I mean, and it goes both ways. I mean, the one of the best things ever. Like, remember Chris Rock talking about big girls out there with the pump fat on, with the anklet on there, hanging on like Jesus Christ. I mean, we all know that skit. I mean, you if you're proud in yourself, you're proud in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Game comes with pride and confidence, right? Nothing wrong with wanting to look good, feel good, be good. You know, it's nothing wrong with that.
So to answer your
Just because
question,
I'm
Coach,
fat and ugly don't mean I can't dress nice.
I don't think it's a double standard.
It is a double standard.
No, it is a double standard. It is a double
It's a
standard.
double.
All
It's
y'all
a
points,
double standard.
all y'all points is valid, but it's not speaking towards the double standards.
It's a double standard. If you want us to tell you that it's a double standard, it's a double standard for women to look a certain way. But it shouldn't be society that say you want to look decent. You know
But what we're saying, we're going back to accountability. You got to get yourself right.
It said nothing about the women not getting their self right. It didn't say anything about that.
We didn't say that it said anything about that. We're saying
right, but that's what you keep saying. Why would you?
No,
change the
we
point?
never said that. The video said that.
Okay, so how do you?
We're talking on a show. We're talking on a show where we give our opinion on something.
How
And
do
we're
you
giving
get
our
yourself
opinion
right
on it.
as a woman?
These women are allowing societies, so to speak, to tell them to allow this pressure to be on them when it shouldn't be that way. And this is what me, Telly, and Jody is trying to say. And Brent,
But you just said get yourself right. So how do you get?
it's
yourself
on you.
right?
Stop focusing on what society is putting on you. Don't allow society and others to put that kind of pressure on you.
So in the video, so let me ask you a question. In the video you watched, what were the women?
Can you play it for? Can you play it real quick for Justin?
Play it again. Play it again.
The perception of an attractive male is very, very wide. You know, they can have gray hair and be really sexy, and they can have no hair and be really sexy. And if they start to lose their hair, it's not a bad thing. And if they have facial hair, it's not a bad thing. And they can be tall, they can be short, they can be all these things, and we still view them as being sexy. And the older they get, the sexier they are. And then you think of the perception of women and what they're told is beautiful, and it's so much smaller.
There's a powerful double standard that when men are very young, it matters how they look. But as men grow older in America, that doesn't matter at all. Then what matters is how powerful they are. And that's judged in our society primarily by how much money they have. So it becomes irrelevant how a man looks after a certain point, whereas that shift never happens for women. So no matter what else a woman does, runs for president or leads a company or whatever else she does, she's going to be judged by how she looks, probably first and foremost, regardless.
Before anybody say anything, at the end of that first lady from the Desperate Housewives, she said women goes on upon what they're being told. Who's telling them? Society.
Media.
Thank you.
Facebook.
I mean,
But go ahead and let Justin cook real quick.
That opinion for society comes from Cosmo magazine. All this media stereotype projected thing. Look at the Kardashian girl. She's a Honda Civic with a flippin' body kit. There's one Kardashian that's I would consider untouched, and she looks like a popsicle stick. And I'll be honest with you, there's nothing wrong with that. She's still a beautiful girl at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Jody don't think so. But
Look at Jody.
The point is like
Right.
I said. Now the statement that said is that at a certain point with men, it doesn't matter. It does matter. Every dude on that video is primped and proper for what they have left. It ain't some raggedy ass old dude at the barbecue wearing the Jesus Christ 3s. That is not what that is. We're talking about dudes that have money, that get pedicures, that have facials, all of them dudes are wearing makeup. There's a double standard there too.
But that's not just what we talk. We talking about men. Period. I'm not in that particular level, and I've seen other guys that's not in that particular level that don't have a problem with getting women or women thinking they look good, rocking their gray hair or their bald hair, or they're losing fading hair, stuff like that. They're telling you how broad beauty is for men when they get older and how narrow it is for women when they get older.
But that's all changed.
That's first of all, that's changing, and that's a matter of opinion because there are some women. I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm gonna tell you like this, and let's all be real. When you see girls in their teens, like 19, 20, and them early 20s, right? You're like, oh, she's attractive. But then when you see girls get in their 30s and they hit that grown woman stride, then you like, damn, she bad. Because there's a difference, and I don't care what anybody say. With all of them, like with Nia Longs and the Beyoncés and the Kelly Rowlands, when they were back with Destiny's Child, oh, okay, they're cute, you know what I'm saying? They fine. But when they hit them 30s and them 40s, it was like, oh, you done got that grown woman. You done got that grown woman look on you. Now you fine. So, and that's not society. That's just what happens. And it's like they keep themselves up. So you have these women that are like, oh, I'm only good looking. It's like everything in the world is about looks. Nobody wants a car with rust spots. Nobody wants shoes with scuff marks. It's you want something that looks good. And it shouldn't be society that's making you look good. It should be you that want to make you look good. Now, whether you go out and get a Brazilian butt lift or get your lips done, whatever you go out and get some fake stuff done to yourself, then that's on you. Getting peer pressure by society. But there's a lot of women out there that look naturally good, and they enhance those naturally good looks even when stuff starts to fall off. Just like we said, when there's dudes out there that get gray hairs, and guess what, they go dye their hair black. Or you have men who I've seen men intentionally dye their all the way black beards. Okay, you have a beard that is all the way black and you dye it with gray to get that older look. So it's just like
and let's be honest, there's no harsher critic of women than women.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Let's be honest. And that's not based off of some double standard. That's based off of hate.
We got a question, fellas. So does the shift happen for both men and women?
Yeah.
I think she's talking about that shift that
Yeah.
you were just talking about, Jody.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you look at a man in his 20s and his, like, when you look at a man and he's 19, 20, oh, he's handsome. But then when you look at a man who hit them 30s, especially, and men, we don't start to look good till about 34, 35, all the way up to about 45. Men between 32 and 45, that's when we probably hit our best stride. That's when we found ourselves where our mental is better. We found what works for us, whether we got to cut it off or whatever. We found what works for us. So we look damn good because we've hit that, oh, he's cute, he's handsome, and then we go from, oh, damn, daddy, yeah.
That goes back to Jody getting an extra bar of soap.
Exactly. When I started using that exfoliation and realized what
Hey, it make a difference, don't it?
Hey, first of all, shout out to my boy Rod, the cut guy. If you're looking for a good cut, go holler at my man. But when you find the right haircut, the right soap, the right stuff to make you look good, you stick with it.
Oh, you go to Rod the cut guy?
Yeah, that's my boy right there.
Start talking about you go to him too, Jimmy.
Okay. Yeah, I do. He waxed my head and everything, bro. Yes, sir. Hey, and he steamed my head. What's up?
Made that jank smooth, huh?
Yes, sir.
Jimmy's hand smoother than his feet.
It is.
Every single person up here, every single dude up here has a routine or a method or a soap or a body wash that they all like, they use on a consistent basis, that it's like, you know what, it might cost a little bit more, but it makes me look better. And you're not doing it because, oh, I want to look better for the world. You just doing it because it makes you feel good inside. We ain't buying that cheap crap no more. Ain't nobody up here using Zest soap no more like we was with kids. I bet every single one of y'all.
So if you think you're doing all this
I don't
stuff,
do any of that shit.
if you think you're doing all this stuff,
you don't care.
you're
That's true, I
mistaken.
don't.
What'd you say, Coach?
If you think that all this stuff that you're doing is just for yourself to make yourself feel good and society has nothing to do with it, then you're really fooling yourself.
How?
That's the
How?
Yeah, because it makes me feel good.
You don't see society telling you to go get 20 different soaps and exfoliate your skin and
First of
do
all,
all this
we
other stuff for men. Society don't tell men to do that.
Society
So
didn't tell me to go, so I buy one thing that's a little bit more expensive than others, and that's my
So
shampoo.
society is not a person that calls you on the phone. Society is the pressure that you feel based on your personal perception of what you think looks good. So
There's no pressure for that.
There
the
was no
reason you
pressure for
cut-
me.
You're right.
There
You
was
say
never-
it's
there
no
was never
right.
pressure
I'm not. I don't mean pressure as far as you have to do this. I mean when I say pressure, meaning where the I guess the how you perceive what looks good. You see what I'm saying? Before any of us go approach a woman or anybody else to talk to them, we have to feel like we look good. So that means our reflection has to be right. So that reflection, that particular reflection that says we looks good has to come from somewhere. And it comes from what we see like in a movie or what we talk to other people or we see different things. That's where that comes from. And it gets tucked deep in your subconscious. You don't even realize that. That's why you see a lot of people wearing beards now, because there's a beard pressure or there's a beard thing that, you know what, beard is in style. So you see yeah. I don't mean pressure.
Let's get one
I don't mean
thing clear.
pressure as in pressure is a bad word. Pressure is a bad word. Pressure is a bad word. But I'm saying it's the shift. Yeah.
I got nothing. I can't. I try. I seriously went 8 months and didn't shave, and it just looked a hot mess. So I had to cut
that's
it,
my
right?
point. Why did you try to grow a beard?
Because he wanted a beard.
Because I never tried one.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm
Most of
never
the
tried
people-
one.
Jody, since you like spending money on stuff, holler at me later. I get you some beard oils and stuff. Some vitamin E in there. It's no different than a front lawn. It's no different than the front lawn.
I was about to say when me and Nate was in like middle school, we started growing our little facial hair and everything. Then we got to high school and it fully came in, but we really couldn't have it because at the time we worked at Publix and we couldn't have a beard. But me and Nate always just we always grew it out until they told us to cut it. Brandon, on the other hand, our older brother, always tried to go with beard, but it never fully came in until like a couple of years ago.
Listen, for the few years ago is when it started coming in. Like, bro, I've never shaved my mustache. Y'all see my mustache? I've had this since I was in middle school when it started coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Is like it wasn't the pressure of society saying Brandon needed a beard or I needed a beard or whatever. It grew in. I liked how it looked. I mean,
pressure was the wrong word, but there is, I don't even know, for a lack of a better word, there is I don't know what to call it, but
you're saying a popular thing right now. You see
now, yes, there right now, beards is popular coming from society. So whether you choose to ignore it or not is up to you, but it's there. And so regardless, that's what I'm telling you. And that's how a lot of people don't realize, you know, when people trying to find themselves is because they're trying to get rid of all that and decide who they are, you know. So when you go and you fix yourself in the mirror, you fixing yourself based on what this other person wants to what you think that the other person wants to see, not what you want to see.
Hold on,
not what you want to see is what you think that the other person who you want their affection or you want their attention, what you perceive
at that point, that's just your girl looking out for you. If because listen, I did not switch body washes and all that because
for a female,
my girl,
you did it for you.
My girl was like, babe, you should try this face wash. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have to shave because these little stupid, my beard don't grow in. So it's like, if I don't shave every week or so, I start to get like razor bumps and ingrown hairs. But she was like, try this face wash because it opens up your pores and it gets rid of that. So you can look better, right? So I was like, cool, bet. And I did it, and I like the way it feels. I like the way my skin feels. I like the way I feel with the lotion on. It's just like you get in this, try this stuff, and then you like it. So it's like, I use it now because I like it. But it wasn't like, oh, society says you got to do this, that, and the third. Right. It's the person that you're with might suggest you. So, Coach, your wife ain't never suggested you nothing, and you've been like, dang, you was on point, babe. I like that.
She suggested some things, but not all the time. Sometimes I reach
did she suggest that because society told her to tell you to suggest it, or she suggested because she was looking out for you?
First of all, most of the time, my wife is suggesting stuff because of chemicals and all this other stuff. So that's a completely different thing. But that's true. Brandon, I know you had your hand up. We're going to get to you. But Jody, you just said society, it can be one person. One person speaking to you is the same thing. Meaning it didn't come from you. It came from somebody else on the outside. You're primping yourself based on what somebody else told you. Brandon, go ahead, sir.
So I'm just going back to the whole society makes you do this and this and do that. When I wake up in the morning and I'm brushing my teeth and I'm brushing my beard and I'm putting on my beard balm and I'm putting on my beard conditioner and I'm washing my face, I'm making sure I ain't got no bumps or nothing on my face. I didn't do all that because society. I woke up and said I got to go outside and look good for society.
But there is a lot of people that do stuff for society.
Yeah,
because that's what they see on TV and the magazines, like Justin said.
Something within yourself, right?
Right. I want to look
right. You didn't want to look like the dude under the bridge.
Thank you. I want to look
that's
good.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
But that's his own personal feeling. That's no pressure.
There's not pressure from society.
You don't want to look like what's wrong with the dude under the bridge?
Absolutely nothing. I look like the dude under the bridge.
You just said you're trying to switch it, but you just said he don't want to look like that dude.
But so just because you don't want to look like him, that don't mean there's anything wrong with him.
To be better within himself. It's
right.
The same
so the dude under the bridge is not
mental
better.
Awareness. It's the same thing. Talk good, feel good, look good. It's a level. It has nothing to do with anybody else's perception.
Okay.
It's how you want to feel at the end of the day. If you're comfortable wearing some cut-off jean shorts, a tank top, and some pink flip-flops, that's you. That is all you, all day. Ain't nothing knocking that. I'm not knocking that because that's your look. If you rock that shit, then you rock that shit.
Nobody's knocking it.
Coach, we get what you're saying, Coach. But there are a lot of people out there that TV influence them. Like, And magazines, just like Justin said, it's a lot of people out there. It's not everybody, Coach.
Yes,
it's not everybody.
The reason we're on the podcast is because of the influence. It's what we're doing now. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that nobody is immune to it. You think you're making your own decisions, but you are not. And that's where you have to be careful.
Let me ask you a question. Hey,
Go
Justin,
ahead.
you might want to mute your mic, turn your computer down. when you start talking about Jesus talk, you get out real quick. Anybody influence you?
Hey, that made my day. I just want you to know that made my day, dude. I just want you to know that.
Did society influence you in your religion, or did you choose it? I said, did society influence you in your religion, or did you choose to go the route that you went?
Great point. Supposedly I was supposed to be influenced by the Bible, but as far as the religion that I've been to, it came from me, listening to society or other people, and I had to pick one. You see what I'm saying? I had to pick one and let my faith rest on particular one. But there's really no way around it. I understand what you guys are saying. To a certain extent, we do make our own decision and we become confident and happy with the things that we're doing. But ultimately, no. That's why Jordans and flip-flops have different prices. And if you see some Jordans, you're like, oh, the Jordan 360s or whatever versus these, is because that's what we've been conditioned to say. You know what? These is better. The guy under the bridge. The guy under the bridge is bad. If you look like the guy under the bridge, that's bad.
There's also free will. There's people out there that just don't care and move on their free will. Like, for instance, every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, we all know what Walmart I'm talking about. We ain't gonna say it, but the one on Cortez, that's about to get the one in Cortez and Palmetto. Every time I go in there, it's always some fat chick with her titty nipples down to her knees. Society didn't tell her to come out the house like that. She just chose to come out the house like that. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll get my auntie to get her shit correct. My bad.
So I'm just telling you guys, you fooling yourself if you're not privy to the conditioning in the world. It's happening.
We're not saying you're wrong, Coach, because of course the world influences
everything. You're right in certain areas.
You're right. But what we're saying is not influencing us on how we look. Us personally, because there's people out there like Jimbo said.
It's influenced you to a certain extent on how you look.
It influences you like this much. It's like, you know what? I want to walk out the house.
There we go. Come around.
No, but I'm saying it's like when you as black men, as men, we look at other men and be like, okay, what look works for us? So it's like,
now
okay,
we keep it 100.
I want to make a certain effort because that's what looks good on me. But at the same time, I continuously keep that up because you begin to enjoy it. So yes, is there a little society pressure in our everyday tasks? Yeah, there's always a little bit, but you have a lot of people that just ignore like the benefits it has. Because I'm gonna just say this, right? And I want to let y'all know, 6 months ago, I decided I need to fix my credit because I wanted a new car, right? I was like, I need a new car. I want to fix my credit. As of last month, your boy got a 762 credit score. All right. Okay. So I didn't do that because society was like, oh, you need to fix your credit. I was like, I want a new car. I want a low interest rate. Let me fix my credit. That wasn't a society pressure. That's just an adult thing to do. And there's a lot of people who move because it's the right thing to do. Now, there's no society pressure on it, but it's like we move because it's just the right thing to do. Nobody walk around. I'm pretty sure every person up here got money in their savings account. You're not doing that because it's a fad. You're doing it because it's a responsible thing to do. And it's the same thing with our looks. We're not looking good because society do it. We do it because we want to do it. We want to look good. Justin, you just had a conversation a couple weeks ago. Justin doesn't wear his mask because society is telling him to wear his mask. Justin wears his mask because that's what he feels like he needs to do to protect himself and his family. Okay? So it's like there's no society pressure on him to wear his mask, but he does it because that's what he wants to do. And nobody tells Karen to bother Justin, but society probably tells her like he doesn't need to wear his mask. So she bothers Justin and he cusses her ass out because all he wanted was some pork chops and a few things from Publix. And he cussed her ass out, right? And society is telling Justin, right, to let it go. But he went against society and cussed her ass out because that's just what he does, right? But it's like,
Society is not telling him let it
and
go.
he's toxic. But it's like we all make a conscious effort. We all make a conscious effort to do things to make our lives better. And it's not always society. It's just sometimes it's just the right thing to do. Jimbo gets his head waxed because it's better than getting a shave. And that's not because society's like, Jimbo, get your head waxed. No, Jimbo's like, it better, it feels better, it probably lasts longer. You know what I'm saying? There's certain measurements to take. Right.
What you said, Justin?
You're the smoothest milk dud in the box.
Let's just sum it up like this. There is some societal influence in everybody's lives,
right?
But we're not governed by it.
Unless you allow yourself to be.
Right, unless you allow yourself
to be governed by society. Because I'm pretty sure society would tell Telly, you need to get contacts instead of glasses. But because Telly's like, I ain't with that, I'm gonna rock my glasses and be done with it.
And let's be honest, Telly got those Telly Savalas specials. You got the card. Just like Tully, he needs a lineup. I mean, it's all the same shit. It's what you're comfortable with, right?
Exactly.
If you're comfortable leaving the house looking a certain way, then that's what it is. Like what Jody said. No matter what Walmart you go to, there's a legitimate site. Peopleatwalmart.com. You see these special people that walk. I'm gonna call them special. They walk out the house. They made a decision that day that they said, I don't give a shit what Coach A thinks of me. I'm leaving this house wearing this tutu, wearing these rainbow stockings, wearing this unicorn shirt and an elephant hat, and I'm gonna go buy some bread and peanut butter.
And somebody gonna love that. And that's the point.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to love that.
Matter because at the end of the day, somebody's gonna want to smash that.
Right.
What you're not about to do is talk about my ex-girlfriend like that. You don't watch your mouth about my ex. Leave her alone. Leave her out of this. You talk about my damn ex like that, okay?
The stockings were looking right as they barely crested her kneecap.
I love that elephant hat. Watch your mouth about my ex.
The person that y'all said is going to smash that or want to take or want that person, how do you get to that person? That's what I'm talking about. That's where you get your. That's where you get your influence from.
How do you be honest? As men are men. At the end of the day, if there's an open hole on the wall, they look at it differently.
Okay, we got another video. We got another video.
Let's do it, Coach. Let's do it.
Let's do another video.
There's so much talk about a woman's body, her choice, and like that. My question is, if we give a woman the right to opt out of motherhood, should we also give a man the right to opt out of fatherhood and 18 years of child support?
I agree. You don't agree?
No, I don't know.
But if a mom walks into an abortion clinic and says, you know what, I'm not feeling this, and gets an abortion, the dad has no say, how come this mom can't, let's just say it's a one-night stand, just hypothetical, and the mom comes back to the dad and is like, hey, I'm pregnant. Why can't he opt out if she was able to say, hey, I don't want this baby? It's a double standard.
Well, he could obviously sign his rights away, but he cannot physically make
he can't sign his rights away because he has to pay child support. I mean, he is legally bound by child support.
Honest, that's just the way it is.
I know, but do you think it's right?
You can't tell a woman to have an abortion. Like, that's it.
I know, but do you think it's right that a mom can say, I don't want this baby, but a dad never can?
I mean, I just think that's just the way it is.
But do you think it's right?
Yes or no? Gun to your head.
Talk about double standard. But hey, before we get started, hold on. Before we get started, while we got all our family members out here, to the ladies, Amanda, Teresa, Nell, Melissa, everybody that commented, please thank y'all for commenting. We want to get all y'all on the show one day. Please, come on. We want some women involved.
We need some women.
We need some women involved.
Jimmy is saying stop running from the barbecue in these discussions. That's what he's saying in a nice way. Y'all need to get on here and speak y'all mind instead of just letting us read y'all comments. Y'all get on.
Yeah, man.
I'll say it for
I
you.
need some backup. All my backup was in.
Hey, Coach Ed be proud of how I said that, though. I know he'll be proud of how I said that.
All right, man. Let's stop. Hey, let's stop BSing and get to it. This is the one. Oh my God, I love this one.
Dave Chappelle did a comedy show on this that he caught flat for, but I loved every word that he said because it matched what this said. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tell you what, you want a woman on the show, and since Amanda is watching, Amanda, if you come on the show, I will buy you lunch. Uh-oh. I will buy.
Get to the subject.
Amanda is my good friend. Amanda is a good friend of mine.
Great, Amanda. Great, you a good friend of Joey.
I asked her. I was like, look, we be talking about some juicy stuff on Saturday mornings, and she made it a point to set an alarm so she can watch the podcast this morning because I asked for her support.
Thank you, Amanda.
Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Amanda for coming through.
I like that one.
Yeah, so if she comes on, I will buy you lunch. I got you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go.
We'll help Jody buy you lunch.
I was about to say the same thing.
So let's say this right up front. So what homegirl said was absolutely true.
Yes.
However, nowadays I have seen it multiple times now where men have taken women to court to stop the abortion because they want to have their parental rights.
Good for them.
So I get the argument. I do. I'm 100% with it. I do. I absolutely do. Especially if it's what she said is one scenario though. If it's a consensual one night stand. Should the father be able to opt out? Absolutely.
That's a big box to unpack because then you have the conversation of pro-choice or pro-life, and then that conversation comes in because I've always been a firm believer, and I said this a long time ago. When it comes to that subject, I feel like as a man, I have no right to tell a woman what to do with her body. I don't know what you go through mentally, physically, or emotionally. When a woman gets pregnant, everything is like different. So I have no idea what you go through. So me as a man, I have no right to tell you what to do. And even as Congress, I feel like it's messed up when grown men make like laws about women's bodies. It's like, you're not a woman. You don't know what the hell they go through. How are you to tell a woman what she can and cannot do? We want women to be like, oh, you should just have the baby and give it up for adoption. But it's like, but you're telling her to be pregnant for 9 months, and these women don't want to be pregnant. Sometimes it's not about even having a baby. They don't want to be pregnant.
But there's also so much more than that, though, too.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot.
Foster care system. So it's like, give your baby up. Okay.
Yeah, that's it's like give your baby.
That kid's gonna have a shitty life to get.
Right. It's like give your baby up to the system. It's like leave your baby to a lab family. It's like there's so much to unpack from that. But I feel like as a responsibility as a man, every time you get into relations with a woman and you not using protection, you setting yourself up to have a baby. So it's like, brother, you got to do a better job at protecting your investment. If you feel like you don't want a baby, then don't be practicing making babies. Correct. Strap up, put something on. But if that does happen, I feel like there should be a little bit that men should be allowed to say, like, hey, you want to keep this baby? That's cool. I don't want nothing to do with it. And I feel like, you should be able to legally opt out of that, because then if you don't, what happens is I take a trip to the store to get cigarettes and never come back. Nah, you got that stereotype.
Hey, can I share this? Do y'all mind if I share this Dave Chappelle, the one that he did on his stand up?
Hey, Telly's trying to cook, y'all. Telly's trying to cook.
Go ahead. I want to hear what Telly say.
I think I'd rather listen to Telly.
Thank you.
I feel like Telly's gonna shadow Dave Chappelle.
Tell y'all about this one. I've said that you say the man has no right to tell a woman what to do with their body, and man should wrap it up. Man should practice. It takes two, baby.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, women should be on birth control then. I've seen both of them. I'm just saying just man, but woman also share the responsibility.
But certain birth control alters the chemicals of your body. So
I ain't trying to hear that, coach. I'm just saying, it's female condoms that don't alter nothing.
Nah, I agree with that portion, but I'm just saying.
It's many forms of birth control.
Yeah, there you go.
Period. Whatever works for you works for you. Depot shot, IUD, whatever.
But all that stuff alters a woman's body.
I'm just saying, there's many
you have to be considerate.
Absolutely.
You have to be considerate of that, because birth control,
depot, I'm not forcing anybody on birth control to
also women's bodies.
What I'm saying is you can't say the sole responsibility is on the man, because just like you said, a man, government, Men can't control what a woman should not control a woman's body. They should not control a man's wallet either. Because
That's
first
true.
of all,
Oh shit! You done
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go.
Teresa.
That's where you left it.
We can't hear you.
You on mute.
Oh, she going
That's
off
where
on
you left it.
somebody. She going off on somebody.
Get Nick down muted.
Okay, I got it. Sorry.
All right.
I couldn't.
How you doing?
Ellie, I love you. I love listening to you. You are probably one of my favorite on this podcast.
Hold on now.
What?
Hold on now.
I feel like you speak real all the time, and I love it. Obviously, these are my family, so I love them regardless. When you talk about a one-night stand and having a baby, I feel like it's the woman's responsibility as well. I do agree with that, but forcing, like, even the concept of birth control and that kind of stuff, that they've all said it. It alters a woman's body. It can make a woman gain weight severely. It can make a woman go through severe attitude changes, you know, that kind of thing. But if you're going into a situation and you're having sex with somebody and you're not using protection, it is on both of you. It's not just on the man, and it's not just on the woman. The woman knows when you lay there, there's a chance you're going to get pregnant. But the man also has to step up too. If you don't want the responsibilities, then you got to wrap it up. Because birth control is not always effective either. Birth control is not effective, just like condoms aren't always effective. But I don't think in a situation where we talk about having, you know, oh well, the woman has this and the woman has that. The woman doesn't have as many options to fully stop that from happening as a man does. If all it takes is for you to wrap it up, what's the problem? Because y'all want to feel what it feels like to slide into it and not have to, you know, wrap it up. I mean, that's not really fair either.
Both parties are equally as guilty.
I just said that, Jimmy.
But you put a but in there. That's what everybody always do. You will say something and then you always put a but. Yeah, I say this, but this.
Be nice to our guests.
It's
nice to our
That's why I don't get on the show.
Why? This is what I'm gonna say. You are absolutely correct, Teresa. The man should wrap it up. Oh, she left. But anyway, she was correct. Man should wrap it up, but it's also the woman's responsibility to make sure he wraps it up.
The buts are never ending.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying she shares responsibility. If like you said, the birth control can change your body chemistry, whatever. I understand that. Make sure he wrap it up. When you don't make sure he wrap it up, don't.
Or how about better? Just don't have sex.
I mean, you can say, but that's not gonna happen. Nah, brother,
But listen, if that's the case, we're not having this conversation. That's the only true solution to this.
But let me tell you something. I got a real life scenario. I was privy to. It ain't happened to me, but it's a female that I know. I was dating her, and she had a kid. She had a kid by this dude. And the dude came to a straight up man like, listen, I ain't ready, blase Skippy. You know, yeah, that's old school, coach, right? And have an abortion. You know, I'm gonna pay for it, whatever. She said, no, I'm gonna have the baby. Okay, all right, cool. Then the kid is born. Dude ain't worth nothing. Dude, a piece of trash. Dude is all this. I'm gonna tell my son, his dad tried to have him aborted, all this. And I'm looking like, but the man came to you. He was a man about his. I'm not ready. I don't want this. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why he did. He just don't deal with it. You know, because sometimes dudes just don't want to deal with that person. But he was, you know, up front. After society was having the bad guy.
You're screwing up.
They will say he ain't no good. But like the video said, the woman said, a woman can walk into an abortion clinic, a man can object. Hey, I want that kid. Well, it doesn't matter what you want. This is my right. Okay, cool.
We can't hear you, Telly.
You breaking up, Tim?
Breaking up.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
But let's until we get Telly back. There was nothing wrong with what the lady said.
No. Absolutely not.
Nothing, not one thing wrong with ladies. Listen, it's both parties of the street. If you want to have a baby and he don't, and he want to keep it moving, let him keep it moving. If it was vice versa, she want to keep it moving, but you should get. Yeah, we kill you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So now what I was saying was society would have you believe that guy's the bad guy. I'm like, he did what he did. To me, he was a responsible person, expressed his feelings. But a woman can walk into that abortion clinic. Dude can object. They gonna tell him, well, it doesn't matter.
He don't got a say.
Body. You don't have a say.
Yep.
But if she chose to have that baby, like she said, and that dude said, I don't want no part of it, they down at the courthouse and they gonna force you to take care of that. And you still have no say.
Can I ask a question, Tully?
Yes.
Here's one of them butts. But
Okay.
did he wrap it up?
He probably wrapped it up and it broke, or or it was a hole in the condom.
So he probably didn't.
Or it didn't. Chances are he didn't. You mean?
Tyler, we in the business of being grown, right? We all adults.
Yes.
How many times if you started off with a condom and old girl hit you with the man, take that crap off, man. I'm trying to feel this for real. Right?
I have
How many
never
times you be like, hey,
experienced that.
I need to take this off. I want to feel it.
Let me
let's
No,
be
it
real.
happens.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. We grown. We gonna tell. We gonna talk. In the younger years, I put a condom on, and I took it off when she didn't notice.
You one of them dudes.
And, sometimes I break it myself while I'm inside. I used to do stuff like that.
And that's why Tully's a father of 16.
Here we go.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
He said, hold on. Why you saying it so slow? He was like, I got.
But
that's what you had to think about.
But that's what I'm saying.
You gotta
That's
get
the
your
younger
numbers.
years.
You gotta get your numbers up for us to believe all that breaking stuff.
Hold on, brother. Now my brother got 12, and he younger than
Yes.
me.
So you telling his stories.
No, I ain't telling his story. But what I'm saying is, in that aspect, that burns me because as a guy, I know plenty of guys who wanted to be fathers, but the girl,
she went and did it without his
she went and did
consent.
it. Because a lot of
I
these
know it
women
too.
use abortion as birth control. They know the consequences. I've seen videos with chicks dancing inside the abortion clinic. Like literally happy dancing. And it's like, you shouldn't be able to use that as a form of birth control. You made that mistake, like with that guy, but you have all the power. He has no say. Either way, either he gonna be a father and have to be forced to pay an ungodly amount of money too. Because if you ever went in a child support system or child support court, the laws have shifted a little bit in certain states for, equal. They take into account what the woman makes as well as you, and they split it. But in some states, it's still 30% of the guy's income, and some guys going hungry, and all this other stuff. But that double standard right there, that's one I have no answer for. I don't know how in the world we can move on from that one to where everybody in that situation, has an equal say, because a lot of states don't believe that the fetus is even alive. You know what I'm saying? They still fighting that battle. Like,
They have to reform the entire principle over the child. Don't put me on.
So
They have
Don't do it,
to
Nick.
reform the entire thing. They have to look at both sides, because in the aspect of having a child, it does take two to tango. There's people that I know right now that I can name off the top of my head that want nothing to do with the children at all. Me and Nick are sitting here helping do this and helping do that with the kids because the dad or the mom or whoever.
No, we're not speaking on this subject.
No, but I'm saying they don't want to have anything to do with the kid, or they don't want to help. At the end of the day, there has to be something done at the level of the state or higher that protects both parents in the situation. That protects the dad from not from not being able to have an equal say, but also protects the mom in the situation too. Because I do feel like there's some grimy women out there that, and I'm a woman, so I'm gonna say it, that go out, they sleep with whoever, and then they want to go and have an abortion, and that's not fair because that you're robbing that fatherhood from that dad. And on the flip end, there's some guys out there that know what they're doing and are out here laying women, knowing there's a possibility that they could get pregnant and stepping away from the responsibility. Now the mom is sitting there like, who am I supposed to count on? Who am I supposed to depend on?
But that also takes accountability to knowing the person that you kind of messing around with. Because like I said, we all grown. Let's be real. When at a certain point, when you at this girl house or she at your house and you get that little lift in the hip area to slide them undergarments off, at that very moment, you have an opportunity to take precautions to either have or have a baby. And you know whether when you finish, you know what's up. You know whether maybe some got in there, maybe some didn't. Maybe I should have put a condom on, but I didn't. But what I also like to say is there is plan B, or AKA breakfast in bed, that you can take up to 48 hours after the relations. So it's like you didn't do that option either. It's just like it just seems like a very big lack of accountability on both parties. And then you come to this space. So for me, honestly, if you're in a situation where you're arguing over whether you want to have a baby or whether you don't want her to have a baby or whether you want to have this baby, it's a double standard, but it also shows the lack of like common flipping sense that you didn't have to avoid this situation, because there's so many ways that both of y'all idiots could have avoided this situation, but you didn't. So now you act where you act because let's just be honest, because you freaking stupid, you dumb as hell. That you just dumb. It's like you could have avoided this, but you didn't, and now you're here because you have so many people that are trying to have kids but can't. But you got dummy and dumbette over here popping out kids left and right because you got super sperm and super uterus over here colliding to have a damn kid. Because I know a person right now. It's like we all know some dude right now with more than 10 kids. And it's just like, brother, you need, how Big Sean said, you need a bulletproof condom and still pull out, bro. Because you got that super sperm, and that just don't make no sense. But it's like it seems like on both ends there's a lack of responsibility to avoid having a kid.
100%.
Sam, it is not a form of birth control. I am sorry. Abortions is archaic when you use it in that manner. You know, that's like almost murder. You know, you killing something, you know, because you made a mistake. You didn't think it through. Now, they go on all these different levels. What in the case of rape and all this and all that. And that's where it gets all blurry at because one, if it's in the case of rape, of course, you know, that's a horrific act. But then now you have all these cases of where women cried rape, lied, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it gets all murky at, all these different levels of when is life beginning, you know, all this and other. You know, that's what I'm saying. With that, I don't know if we can ever, you know, make it fair for both parties. And like Teresa was just saying, we got to start from scratch and redefine, you know, what the child is and all that and build it from the ground up. They don't want to, you know, because everything boils down to money. You know, it's and
accountability. And
accountability.
Let's be real. Let's be real. If you're a grown man,
that we have to get to a point in our lives, like let's be real as adults, where we have to have a conversation that says everybody has to have equal responsibility. Like it point blank period, it's sad that we have to have a conversation about that. Because going into any situation, whether it's a child, whether it's a job, whether it's something, you should still have the responsibility and understand the responsibility that can happen at any given day with any given situation. And the fact that we have to sit here and have a conversation when everybody that is doing this is claiming to be adults or in their mind thinks or feels that they're an adult, that's where the problem therein lies, point blank period. It's not so much once the baby gets here, once, you know, things need to be separated. It's the mentality of the individual in the beginning, way back before anything even happens. They have to understand that there's a certain responsibility that comes with everything. And if they can't understand that, they shouldn't be doing anything. And I'm not just talking about having sex. I'm talking about buying a car like Jody said he did. I'm talking about buying a house. You know, I'm talking about the pure simplistic things. Like, if you don't have responsibility for your actions on both ends, you shouldn't be doing anything. That is in the frame of the mind of an adult.
We do not condone abortions under
Body
any
shots,
circumstances.
body shots.
Family talk.
But at what point? do you
PSA.
think-
Your
at what
opinion.
point, though,
Your
at what
opinion, not
point
mine.
do you think the government should step
Family
in?
talk. PSA.
I'm just thinking. At what point? Because
it shouldn't have to be the government for your
I'm just
personal
saying.
responsibility.
We-
It is
I'm
your
not- I'm
personal
not saying.
responsibility.
I think
You know,
I think once
you
it
know
gets to
you
the
don't want a
point
kid.
where the child is here and you still can't come to terms, like
Right.
let's say in the beginning they both agreed to having the baby. Let's say, oh, I want the child just as much as you want the child. Then the reality comes in, the screaming starts, the dirty diapers start, the aggravation of who's staying up, who's feeding, who's changing the diaper, da 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 da. Now all of a sudden we're at an impasse. Now one ship is sailing to the west and one ship is sailing to the east. Well, you both agreed to have the baby and bring the baby here. So what is it the best interest of the child? At that point, if you can't agree, then you have to seek further attention to step in to be able to make some semblance of agreement between the father and the mother. And that's not just, oh, the guy doesn't want to do it. No, that's moms that want to act ignorant too. There has to be some type of agreement. And if the agreement can't be made in the terms of the two individuals, that is when I feel, to answer Telly's question, when the government or somebody higher than those two people has to step in. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're continuing the cycle. So if you are going to put this child through pure crap, why would you be allowed, or why should you be allowed to have the child? Because they're going to grow up thinking that behavior is normal, and here we go. They're going to go out and do the same thing, or they have a higher chance of doing the same thing because that's what they were brought into. Why not give that child the better opportunity, the best opportunity? And I'm speaking from a point, me and Nick want kids and we haven't had kids yet. When I see these people having babies and I'm like, why are you having kids? Why are you reproducing? It's not my point to cast judgment on them for having children, but it's like, you're not even in the right headspace to even be having a child. And you out here popping 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, collecting all this crap from the government. And you want to sit up here and say, oh, I can't believe we got here. What do you mean you can't believe you got here? You did it 6 times. You got 6 of them.
But
You
that all
don't know
falls-
how we got here.
That's
that
why
all falls
abortion
back
matters.
on-
Fuck them
on
kids.
portion, on personal responsibility. At the end of the day, you as a person, whether you want to admit it or not, you know damn well if you want kids or not. I'm 32. I don't want kids. So it's like I take
You
precautions
selfish.
not to have kids. Okay? I take precautions not to have kids. And I tell all the people, I don't understand why so many men are against vasectomies. I seen a sign that said child support $600 a month, vasectomy $600 one-time payment. I'll take the $600 one-time payment and call it a day, because I'm not going to put myself in a position or misguide some young lady into thinking that I'm about to be a daddy when I really don't want to be a daddy. So it's like, either take the certain precautions, like Jimmy said, just don't do it. So I get what
That's what it
everybody
boils
else
down to.
saying. But I am so stuck on the fact that it is a personal responsibility to you as an individual freaking adult, whether to have a kid or not. And it starts when you are in that bedroom. You take precautions now, or you can go through all this BS later. And it's just stupid people. Only stupid people go through this. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be
stupid people.
It's
Not
like
stupid people. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something now.
Let me hit it.
I'm gonna hit you with one real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna hit you with one real quick. I'm gonna hit you with 2. There's this one time I was on the bus. I was listening, and I was on the bus riding a while ago, and this young lady was talking. She was 26 years old. 26. At 26, and she was pregnant with her 12th child. 12th at 26. That's when I asked, that's why I asked, when does the government step in? Because you know at 26, she can't take care of 12. 12, she had no job, no nothing. relying purely on government assistance. I'm like, okay, but we're allowing her to still go out and have kids because, once again, her right, her body, all that. But 12, by the age of 26, that's
I'd
ridiculous.
be curious to know how many of her kids actually live with her.
And I ain't seen nothing but a pregnant belly on the bus, so I have to think that.
Can't be any.
Right. I have to think some is in the system.
That just goes to show you she makes poor life choices. Because how the hell you 26 and you still riding the bus? Why you ain't got no car? You making poor life choices because you keep having kids.
12 kids.
Well, I mean, Jody, if you're gonna go that route, I mean, we're talking about the guy that's on the bus with her.
Now my second point to Jody, stupid people. Let me tell you something, player. I'm gonna hit you with my personal story. Now, this is me.
Okay.
This is me.
Who is hitting the bell?
My kids, like my youngest.
All three.
I was gonna I had with his mom. We were getting married. She suffers from PCOS, and Teresa knows what that is. Mm-hmm. If y'all don't know what that is, polycystic ovarian cyst, where they got cysts on their ovaries, and it's almost impossible for them to have kids. Well, naturally, they need medical assistance. This is what the doctor told them. So, like, when y'all ready to have kids, come see us. We're going to assist y'all. So we're having sex, blah, blah, blah. She conceives naturally. Like, wow, we didn't think that could happen. We just found out one day because we just looked around. She was like, I haven't had my period in a while. But PCOS also can cause that, for their periods to disappear and whatnot. So she takes a pregnancy test. She's pregnant. I'm like, that can't be possible. So she took 10, and they was all positive. She went to the doctor. Positive. So
okay,
I was like, hold on. Okay, so that was one. Now my middle baby, me and her mom, that was a weekend thing. And I didn't even know about it. Literally, I didn't know about it. I didn't meet my daughter till she was 7. I didn't know about it. Because if I'd known about it, I'd have been there from the beginning. So, you have scenarios where, it's not so black and white. That's very rare, though. There's a chance. I didn't lay down with the woman and think there was no chance she could get pregnant. Hey, there's always a chance.
But Telly, again, when I say stupid people, you stepped up and you took care of your kids, which is the responsible, right thing to do. And that's my thing. It's like people don't make conscious decisions, and you are built like a man that's going to take care of his kids. Like, I found out I got a 7-year-old. I'm going to step up. Or she got pregnant even though we thought it was impossible. All right, cool. Baby, we going to handle it. And however it is you came to your 3rd child, you stepped up. So at that point, you are one of those dumb individuals because you did what a real man and a real father is supposed to do, is step up and take care of his kids without any argument. You laid down with these women, you had babies with this woman, and y'all came to some type of agreement to how this is going to go down. And from what it seems to roll out smoothly. You have people that like
trust me, brother.
It didn't roll out smoothly. Well, you still here with us. You ain't dead yet, so you still here.
Why? Because I fought for mine. Let me tell you something. That's the one thing I will always do. You tell me you got mine, I'm right there. You don't want me there? Too bad. You're going to see my face. I'm going to be there. I'm going to camp out on your doorstep. I took them to court. All 3 of them. You're not going to deny me mine.
And good for you. And I like that. I like that about you, Telly. That man said he going to be in his kid's life.
Yeah, no matter
everybody should be like that.
But you know why? Because I didn't have my dad. My dad took off. So I know what the impact of that is to a child. Mentally, you're thinking, why? Why you don't want them? Like, what's wrong with me? Never. People out there, you have one by me, you're going to see me. I'm just saying.
You should put the notice out there.
You putting a no.
Now,
Listen,
I'm just saying I'm married.
That's just a simple warning. is
I'm
all
married.
that
I
is.
just did my disclaimer. I'm just saying the next time, because
Respect on his name.
I've been around, dude. We all been around the world. We all been different places. We could have left something behind and not know about it. If you pop up in my inbox talking about, look at your son, okay, look at these court papers, because we gonna dance, because I gotta have mine. Now, a lot of people aren't like that. Now, they say a lot of dudes skip out because they dad skip out, it's a pattern and all that. I say that's BS. I don't want to hear that. You a coward. Just like your father was a coward. Point is, man, stick with your kids. That's all. Man. Be responsible.
Right, and I like that. Telling you stick with your kids.
Don't smoke crack.
You fight.
Each person have a different situation, man. You can't just lump everybody in that situation.
No, I'm not lumping everybody. I'm just
You
saying.
a coward. Your dad's a coward, and his mom is
a coward. His daddy's a coward.
I'm sorry.
Stick with your kids.
Grandmama's a bitch.
That's my feel good men speech. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
man.
if we gonna learn anything from this podcast, stick with your kids and wear your damn mask in Publix. That's all you need to do.
Don't be a bitch. And don't smoke crack.
And don't smoke crack. Crack is whack.
Brandon, man, I've been trying to hit the hands clap, but it's not working, man.
I was waiting for it.
I know you was. I know you was. I couldn't. For some reason, it's not working, man. I got to reload it, man. I've been looking for it.
We done ran up our time today, though, fella.
I know we did. This was a great one. I'm just saying, this was a great one.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I just want to chime on what Jimmy said earlier. We thank all the ladies. We had Teresa and Amanda, Melissa. I think Nell was commenting earlier. We thank y'all for especially T. Thank you for jumping up and something hit a fuse with you. That's why you came and jumped up. So I appreciate
That's
that.
why I can't get on there. I get too passionate and then
It's
it's
okay.
a whole pillbox session.
We love passion.
Hey,
Thank
Megan
you,
will take
Teresa.
you calls on she's taking this somewhere else needs to be.
Nick, I hope your Saturday gets better.
Amanda, man, we appreciate you waking up this morning and setting that clock.
Yes.
And we really do appreciate it, man. We got to get you on the show, Jody. You go ahead and bring her to the show, brother. But
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead and bring her to the show. But family, man, that was a great podcast today. Anybody else got some lasting words?
To all the kids out there, remember this: abortions are really, really bad.
No.
Family Talk does not support that foolishness.
We don't support abortion.
Fuck them kids.
Justin is he's in a different house. We don't support that foolishness on Family Talk.
Say in a different house.
Don't put your pressured thoughts on me.
Your society pressures on Justin, sir.
I just want to say this.
What's up, Telly?
This
What
was
about-
great.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share. And I believe on Tuesday, myself, Brandon, and Mr. Skywalker, Jody, we will be having a discussion on college football, the best conference in college football. You want to tune in to Toxic Tuesdays. What time, Jody?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central.
Man, why y'all doing that stuff so late, man?
Hey, man, people got to work. I'm on vacation.
I gotta be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
I'm on
I'm trying to
vacation.
share some of this toxicity with you, Tully.
Okay, Justin, we talk boxing on Thursday. Can you
Again,
get up
what time?
there? What time is it normally?
8 o'clock.
8
Yeah,
o'clock.
I'm in bed.
Really?
We'll do a show to squeeze you in, bro.
I'm up at 3 a.m. every day.
Well, see, you lost me.
You lost me.
You lost me, man. Cause
Yeah, man, y'all check us out on
all
Toxic
this
Tuesday.
is family talk under one umbrella. The family. You know, when you see one, you're gonna see the others aren't too far behind. So just remember,
Gang,
mess
gang.
with one of us.
Gang,
Gang,
you gotta
gang.
mess with all of us.
Gang, gang.
baby. Gang, baby.
You talking about,
Gang,
we
we
talk
talk.
about gang gang?
Stand by game.
Hold on, did Teresa say go Gators?
Hey, Justin on the road today, boy.
You
Wait,
saw
how
what she
far-
said?
Did
You
she
saw what
say
T
SEC?
said? You saw what T said?
Go Gators.
Okay.
She
saw what
crazy.
T
SEC
said.
is not the best conference. You crazy.
She
You
need
crazy.
to be
You must be
Hey,
you like Jody, because that doesn't surprise me that you don't like
See y'all
that.
Tuesday.
You
It's
crazy.
Tuesday.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Watch this.
They wasn't worried about me last year. When the cashier sent me to my car when I came short, now I got the game torn. They either hate it or love it. Slim chances on advances, I just balanced the budget. Fuck it, free my niggas on my Harriet Tubman. They said I'd never be the greatest, that's a scary assumption. But now I'm buzzing like the last shot. Got these lames tired, old niggas about to